Hi guys, and welcome to episode 4, another exciting one, the Arc Reactor. Oh yes! And here's our goodies, and we have got plastic bit, clear plastic bit, opaque plastic bit, and metal, no, plastic bit. Is that plastic or metal? That's plastic. Metal bit, chunky metal, ringy Arc Reactor thing. And then, of course, the clicky light bit for the Arc Reactor. Super exciting. And the hand and the Arc Reactor, I mean, 2 great episodes, one after the other. So we could almost forgive them for doing an elbow joint over 2 episodes in the next 2 episodes. Almost DeAgostini. You know, don't get carried away with yourself. We've got 2 bags of screws, BP and AM. We have more AM than BP. We have 2 BP, which means we are screwing 2 screws into plastic, possibly 1. And we have several AM, which means we are screwing lots into metal. So, let's rock. So the first part, we take the metal front piece, we take this plastic piece here, which sits in upside down like so. It has 2 little holes and 2 securing lugs, which, let's focus down here for you. 2 little holes and 2 securing lugs inside that these clip onto, which hopefully I will demonstrate for you in just a moment. And seemingly that only fits in one way. So that slots into place over those lugs accordingly. We then have the Arc Reactor opaque screen bit, which again fits in a specific way. The large tabs going over the larger sticky up posts, of which there are 2, and the shorter flatter posts, of which there are 2, have 2 screw holes, which is what we will be attacking next, I'm pretty sure. Yes indeed, we use 2 AM screws. So we'll decant those. And, whoops, trying to get that on there, and we'll pop those into place like so. Next, we need the LED battery case. So we essentially need the remainder of these components, with the exception of this little battery hatch cover. And this is obviously where we build up the light part of the Arc Reactor. So I'll just check that out. I'll be back with you in a second. As I've done with all of them so far, fit the battery and test the circuitry before I screw it all together to find out that the LED might not work. And as you can see, it does indeed work. The switch also, as you can see, has come adrift from its little housing here, so I will need to judiciously, carefully wiggle that back into place and snap it in thusly. And the switch lives in here, which tells me that this entire assembly, once all together, pulls out of the chest armour to switch it on and off, and then slots back into place. That's a guess, I don't know 100%. I can't see this protruding out of the back piece of the suit to switch on and off though, so unless something else attaches to it to operate that switch in the future, I'm assuming that that's what that does, and it would of course make it sensible to change the battery. So what we do with this is we take the LED and we push it through this little dinner plate shaped thingamabob and wiggle all these wires into here, and thankfully we've got gallons of room to do that in this particular piece, in the chest piece. We then take this clear part like so. Let's just have another quick wiggle of that. So I can make sure that everything's getting well tucked down internally. Yep, that's better. Clear piece over the top of that. Quick check of the switch again, which has popped out again, but I will pop that back in. And of course you can see that's illuminating. How illuminating! And okay, I'm going to have to do a little bit of judicious juggling to make sure that this switch doesn't pop out and the wires stay in. So back in a moment. So we're back with this, and to aid in keeping this switch in place, I just placed the battery cover over, which I'm holding in place there to aid in keeping the switch in place while I press this all into place. And as you can see, that still lights up, so that's good. This is then placed over, the whole assembly is placed over the Arc Reactor bit, like so. And I'm assuming we then use 2 more AM screws. Let me just check. 2 more AM screws to screw it into this. So I'll be back in a moment when we've done that. So that's screwed down onto there, forming the Arc Reactor unit, which looks a bit, that's why it looked, I was just thinking that looks a bit skew-if, but the reason it looks a bit skew-if is because it's angled because of the way it goes in the chest plate. So you can see one side is slightly thinner than the other, so that means it will slot into the chest plate in a particular angle, probably this being uppermost, being the thinner part, so it angles down at a slope to the slope of the chest. That's my guess, and I'm assuming that that's what they will have done there. Of course, the one remaining item to fit is the battery cover, so that will require, I have no doubt in my mind, a BP screw, of which we have been supplied 2. So, having ejected a couple of those, we will pick one at random and wiggle that little fella into place. And then we can pop the spare one back in the bag there and get that out of the way, and we have a light up Arc Reactor with a nice bright centre. Oh yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's cool. Hang on one second. Oh, check that out. That's amazing. We love it. We love it. Combined with Hando. Where's the switch? Where's the switch? I'm pressing the wrong bit. So there we go. Look at that. Hando Repulsor and Arc Reactor Chesty PC. Fantastic. We love it. So there, ladies and gentlemen, is the Arc Reactor. We like that. We like that a lot. What do we think, Hando? Hando agrees. Amazing. That wraps up episode 4. The Arc Reactor. We now have a right hand and Arc Reactor in addition to the helmet and the foot that we already have. So, thank you for watching. The next video will be a combination of episodes 5 and 6, and we'll cover the elbow piece, which, frankly, you could probably skip if you're not really bothered, because it does look incredibly simple. But if you do skip it and mess yours up and can't read the instructions for whatever reason, then, you know, you've got no one to blame but yourself. So, thanks for watching. Bye for now. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Whoa, hold up. Wait a minute. You forgot the magazine. You're right, Hando. I forgot the magazine. So, a quick flick through the magazine for you guys that want to know what's in the issue. We have got Iron Man Model 2, The Illuminati Conspiracy. Ooh. And we have got arch enemies of Iron Man. We have got cartoony drawings, some damaged Iron Man armour looking strangely like a piece of fabric rather than a piece of actual metal. Odd, very strange. I'm not sure what that's all about, because I'm not incredibly au fait with the whole Iron Man timeline in the comic books. We have got the buildy bits, obviously. The Illuminati, A Conspiracy for Good, and various characters. And that one looks like Namor. That's character. It is Namor. That's character I've not seen in years. Wow, that's a blast from the past. And yes, so there we go. Various bits about the Illuminati conspiracy thingamabob, whatever that might be, and some good old classic vintage Iron Man suity armory bits, and some more cartoony drawings. And I've got to say, based on the old cartoony drawings, which I'm sure were very, very cool at the time when they came out, you've got to admit the movie suit is way, way better. So that's the magazine for that one. Thanks again. Bye for now.